Hi, Andrew. Thank you for coming in to meet with me today. I'm Lori, and it's nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I know we've got some stuff that we're going to need to talk about, but before we get there, I'm hoping just to get to know a little bit more about you. Maybe tell me some things that you like to do for fun.
Okay, so I mean, I play guitar. I watch soccer.
Okay.
Um, I do stuff with the kids and with my wife. I mean, just kind of normal stuff like that, I guess.
Okay. How long have you been playing guitar?
Well, really, since I was, probably since I was 12, so that's like,
Oh my goodness.
30, 40 years, I guess I've been playing guitar.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you enjoy jamming on your guitar or?
Yeah, I used to be. I mean, it used to. I mean, there was a band. I mean, basement band back in the day. I mean, nowadays it's really just me
Nice.
messing around.
Uh-huh.
It's not. I mean, I don't have. I'm not like doing anything with it these days, but
Mhm.
just kind of, yeah, messing around after work a little bit.
Good. I'm so glad that you've got some time and you're making time to do the things that you enjoy. It's so important.
Yeah,
Our world can be really stressful sometimes, and so when we have an outlet, it makes life a lot easier for sure.
yeah.
So good. I'm glad that you're playing the guitar. What genre is your thing? What do you like to play?
Um, well, I mean, I'm not really doing so much metal anymore, but it's more
Mhm.
classics, So
Okay.
going back to some of the good stuff from the 80s and, 70s, 80s, 90s, I suppose. Mostly 70s and 80s stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing too
Nice.
hard. But,
You mentioned that you've got kids. Do you like to play for the kids? Do they sing to
um,
you?
they play a little bit with me. I've tried to teach them some, and they do a little
Okay.
bit. And Emmy, she likes to sing a bit, so that's fun. That's
Oh,
kind of cool,
how
I
fun.
mean, but Nate doesn't really. I mean, he kind of hangs around with us. He doesn't really so much do it with us, but yeah, but it's fun to be able to do stuff with them. They're old enough now that they can really, we can do stuff together.
Yeah.
She's 12 and he's 15 now, and so they're old enough that, you know, they can really get involved and participate in stuff and really
Nice.
do stuff together.
That sounds like fun. So you have just the two kids?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, and so 12 and 15.
yeah.
So middle school and high school?
Starting, yeah. So yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
she's in the middle school. He's starting high school. Yeah,
Nice. You also mentioned that you like to watch soccer?
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
play. I mean, my knee. I don't play. I don't really play anymore. You can't really,
Okay.
but I do still watch. You got. It's nice nowadays. They show the Premier League games on Saturday
Nice.
mornings, and so you can
Nice.
actually see and follow the good stuff.
Nice. And I heard that FIFA was coming to Seattle pretty soon, so maybe that's something that you're thinking about?
Yeah, no, seriously. You see some of the best in the world. That's a cool chance to get to do something
Yeah.
like that. I mean, they don't, and no, normally if they come over here, they're doing exhibitions and they're not necessarily playing all the
Yeah.
guys and playing real competitive matches. But no, this would be for real.
I mean, you see players from all over the world would be really, really cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very
Yeah, it's gonna be
nice.
cool.
Very nice. So I want to make sure that we devote some time to why you're here in the first place. So what brings you in here to my office today?
So, so I'm a programmer, for
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft, and it's been, ever since COVID, even a little bit before then, I've been doing work from home, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just entirely work from home, and that's been good actually. I like that. I don't need the office. I'm happy at home with the family, but now they're starting to say we've got to go back. We've got to go back into the office so many days a week, and I don't know that I don't know. If I want to put up with their their rules and expectations anymore.
Okay.
Maybe I want to strike out and do something else. But so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do about the job situation. Basically, I guess.
Okay. So you like your job and you've enjoyed being able to be at home. Probably gives you a little time to maybe take a guitar break, right? Which would be really nice. But now that you're getting called into the office, it's making you question whether this is really a good fit for you.
I mean, the driving, the traffic, some of the
Yeah.
politics of the people and the place, and it's just like it's kind of corporate these days, and that, and they're laying people off too, and it's like, do I want to take advantage of something else, or should I stick with, staying with the big boy, I suppose there's all the startups, all sorts of different things, but I don't know. So do I take a risk, or do I stay put because I get a good paycheck over there?
Right. So you're kind of weighing, like, do I stick with what I already know, where I'm getting good compensation, I know what to expect, but I got to kind of put up with the corporate rules and deal with all of the politics that come along with being in the office. So you're finding yourself at really kind of a crossroads.
I don't know if you would have been hearing, but places like ours, it used to be you had all sorts of amenities, at the office, all sorts of perks, whether the food or the fun or the haircuts or the massages, and
Hmm.
nowadays they're like, just do your job, and no, we're not going to. All of that night. There's the foosball table might still be there, but that's about it these
Right.
days.
Right. And so you really are thinking about, is the payoff worth it anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah, understandable. Is that something that you would like to explore in our time together?
yeah. I mean, I was kind of thinking maybe it makes sense to get another perspective on, how do I size up whether or not it's, as the song says, should I stay or should I go now?
Absolutely, absolutely. That makes total sense, and that's absolutely something that we can explore. Exploring what it would look like if you stayed, what would it look like if you left, and then kind of looking at those two together to help you make a decision. Ultimately, of course, the choice is yours, but I'm absolutely happy to be a good sounding board for you and help you explore those options. Does that sound good?
Nice.